Hi, this is another button prototype tutorial for Unreal Engine. It covers manually setting up a small button grid puzzle. Start by adding a button prototype actor to your scene. Go to Meshes Dials folder and use Lock 3 dial as handle mesh and Lock Cap Full as the base mesh. Make the button rotate on the y-axis by 180 degrees. To adjust the location of the dial, check and slide, and adjust only the initial position offset. Go to the iterative state component, and rename the two default states to 0 and 1. Multiply the button, until you have a 3x3 matrix. There is a ready-made preset, similar to this button, in Blueprints, Presets, Cipher, Numbers. It's time to link these buttons together. Go to each button's Observe React component, click on Listen to Owner, or add the button manually to the Listen to array. Enable reactions, add the default propagation rule, and send actions to all adjacent buttons. This means, add all direct neighbors from the top, left, bottom and right to the Send Actions to array. Do not add the diagonals. Do this for all the buttons. These properties and events are exposed to Blueprint, so you can link all of them automatically from your blueprints, once you get a grasp on how these components work together. But, in this tutorial, we'll do all the setup manually. You'll notice that, if you try to play the game after this step is completed, you'll get an infinite loop error. That happens because, at the moment, the setup is as follows: button 1 sends actions to button 2, and button 2 automatically sends actions back to button 1. Thus, an infinite loop. To prevent this, you need to limit each action to one propagation. This means button 2 will not propagate the action back to button 1. Go to each button's iterative state component, and change max propagation from 10 to 1. Now, it works. To be a real puzzle, on Begin Play, some of the buttons should start as 0, and some as 1. Go to some of the buttons' iterative state component, and change the startup state ID, from 0, to 1. This could also be automated. Either loaded from some presets or randomized. Checking the win condition can be done in multiple ways, but, for now, we'll use a monitor preset to show the state values. Go to Blueprints, Presets, Display, and add the display actor on the workbench. Add all the buttons, in order, to its Observe React component. Set on state change action to aggregate, and leave the state separator, as is. The winning state is a comma-separated series of ones. Now, set the display states to unsolved and solved. And make sure that iterate behavior is linear. Go to the Observe React component. Enable reactions. Add a state-to-action translation rule like this: if state is 9, separated ones, and was changed by next state. Do a next state action, and add the display to the Send Actions to array. One last thing. In the Observe State Changes section, under Advanced Properties, uncheck Send Events to Observer Actor. This way, the display will only show its own state values. So the aggregated state is not displayed anymore. Let's add another rule, so that the puzzle goes back to the unsolved state, on any other state combination. This can be achieved with a reset state action on any state. The rules are resolved in order, so make sure this is the last rule in the array. Go to the Demo Assets folder, and add the locked box sample. This is a simple button prototype, with 2 custom meshes. It can rotate, on the Y-axis, by 90 degrees. This box could listen to all 9 buttons, or only to the display. But the display could also send actions to the box. So we'll go with the latter. Go to the Observe React component of the display, and add the box to the Send Actions to array. Hit play. Now the box opens and closes, accordingly. If the box does not close, make sure it can receive the reset state action. This kind of puzzle usually has a reset button. So let's add it. This time, modify the 2-state button preset for a change. Leave only 1 state. Set the animation to constant. The reset button should listen to itself, have reactions enabled, and send restart action only to the button grid. The display already listens to the buttons, and syncs with the box, so the action will propagate nicely. Test it out. This was the button puzzle tutorial. Thanks for watching.